Started out so innocently, just playing some Russian roulette. She was nervous, her finger slipped on the trigger on one, but she ended up dead. Now I'm crying at the graveyard. I got my pickaxe and I got my shovel. Gonna find my true love and bring her on home. Gonna bring her on home on the double. And I didn't know what to do, 'cause I didn't want to hurt you. Couldn't help it, I just gotta see you again. Gotta dig up your bones before daylight, so I'll have you in bed before sunrise. Leave me alone, I'm taking up my day, yeah. But I couldn't waste no time to get back that cool of mine. That's why I'm digging up my day, yeah. That's why I'm digging up my. Can't you see I'm digging up my. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day. Let my girl, she's so anxious, can't keep her waiting. It's already been too long, I've been anticipating. Said I'm digging and I'm digging. Only 2 more hours till dawn. But then I said I said I look, my opportunity's gone. Right up in the lid on the coffin, she's waiting inside. Still looks as beautiful as she did the day she died. Now I'm happy that she's riding beside me in the passenger seat. Say what you will, she's much more than me than just a damn piece of me. Gotta dig up your bones before daylight, so I'll have you in bed before sunrise. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day, yeah. When I couldn't waste no time to get back that cool of mine. That's why I'm digging up my day, yeah. Gotta dig up your bones before daylight, so I'll have you in bed before sunrise. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day, yeah. When I couldn't waste no time to get back that cool of mine. That's why I'm digging up my day. That's why I'm digging up my. Did you see I'm digging up my. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day, yeah. That's why I'm digging up my. Did you see I'm digging up my. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day. Gotta dig up your bones before daylight, so I'll have you in bed before sunrise. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day, yeah. But I couldn't waste no time to get back that cool of mine. That's why I'm digging up my. Can't you see I'm digging up my. Leave me alone, I'm digging up my day, yeah. Use the action, choose the act. Feel like the Stevens giving one good whack. Now let's one down on one else to go. Kill the shady grabber by the throat. Our plan is working, our authorities are gone. The master space plan has shut the to control and take over the master world. And be the only doctor left aboard. The troopers in the basement. Way down below.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Retro Hour. Let me see who's in the chat right now. Holy moly. What is going on, Jay, E, Morley, Jonathan, Crypto? What's happening, man? How's everyone doing tonight? Let me answer that question here. Party. Yeah, I'll get to the party here in a minute. Jay, you were asking about the raccoon. Let me get my other glasses on here in a minute. Yeah, she came back. In fact, she's out there right now. I had to go out and lock everyone up, and she was out there just waiting. I brought her some animal crackers. I'd bring her in here, but then she'd fucking tear everything off the wall. She's just crazy. Oh, hold on. Let me get this real. Let me get my other glasses. That Game Station Go is pretty damn awesome, man. I've been playing the hell out of that thing. It's a lot of fun. Lot of fun. What's up, Matthew? How's it going, man? Oh, you don't like it? You don't think it's that good? I like it. I mean, no, I really do. I think I'm having fun with it. It's probably not for everybody, but I like it. Now, I think that it'll be better after I add more games that I want on it. So, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're gonna mod the shit out of it. Yeah, I'm definitely modding it. Um, like I don't think like I said in my review video, I don't think the library is phenomenal at all. I like compared to the Game Station Pro and the Pocket Player. Hell yeah! I mean, it blows both of those away, library wise. But yeah, other than that, I wouldn't say that it's a phenomenal library. It will be after I mod it. Definitely. How's it going, Amber? Yeah, I think. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Matthew. I didn't pre-order mine. In fact, I was gonna hold off and wait until the price dropped, just like the Game Station Pro did. Um, in fact, me and Mr. Postile were talking about it, and I was like, hell no, I'm not pre-ordering it. And I didn't. My wife actually surprised me with it. Like, when they first mentioned it, she goes, what do you think of this thing? And I was like, I think it looks pretty cool. And then she just pre-ordered it, like day one. Didn't say anything to me. So, yeah, other than that, I wouldn't have pre-ordered it, but I think it's pretty damn cool, man. Personally, I like it. Has the Neo Geo... Um, I don't think so. I don't think so, Jonathan. I think those are still at the normal time. The Neo Geo 2 and 3. I think it's only the UK where it's that delay where it got pushed back. I think it had something to do with the covers. I'm not real sure. Yeah, it is. It's crypto. It's sold out on Atari's website. I think like the next shipment is like the end of November or something like that. Hey, thank you. Love Jason, man. He's my favorite serial killer. Yeah, it does. It does. It definitely needs a little more. I it's all good, Matthew. Like I don't get offended by that. I've always said like and I appreciate that you like my shows. No, I think it's cool that we all have like different preferences on game. If we all thought the same way when it comes to games, man, life would be fucking boring. In fact, if we thought the same way on everything, yeah, life would be boring. I'm glad that we all have, different preferences. I think it's cool as hell. But I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, it does need a little more, and that's why I'm going to mod it. And from what I heard, someone said in my first video on it that it could play Dreamcast games, and I just don't see that. And until I see a video on that, I don't believe it. Until I see it. Oh hell yeah, man! TurboGrafx 16 working on it. That's cool as hell. Hell yeah, but Jay, I didn't finish about the raccoon. Yeah, she came back that night, and she was here again this morning while I was at work, and my wife sent me a bunch of videos. She was out there hugging on it and carrying it around and everything, and yeah, it's she's good. She's good. I don't think she ventures too far. I think she stays right on our land and stays in our woods, then comes back, and that enclosure that we had, we keep the door open for her, and if she needs to get out of the elements or whatever, she has a place to go and eat and drink and everything. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so tonight is going to be kind of a long show because my guest, no, the raccoon, Matthew, on the side of my channel and my job, we run a no-kill animal farm and a wildlife rehab, or rescue, rehab, and release. And we rescued a baby raccoon, and she's free now. She's free. We saved her. Her brothers and sisters were killed, and the mother was killed, but we saved this one. This was the only one alive, and yeah, we've been doing that for a long time, about 15 years or so. We've been doing wildlife rehab. It doesn't pay or anything, but we just like helping out wildlife. I'm a fucking nature freak, so. But back to what I was saying, this show is going to be kind of long, because of my guest tonight is Ed from the Evercade Effect. I'm sure most of you know it. Oh shit, man, we got to be passing out these biscuits here in a minute. But in fact, I've seen this twice now. But yeah. So me and Ed, we finally got to sit down and do an interview, and since our schedules like conflict so much, we had to pretty much do two interviews in one. So this is kind of a long interview, but it's Ed. Ed likes to talk. Ed's a cool dude, man. I'm sure most of you guys are already subscribed to him, but if you're not, I'll have his link below his name and everything. And you know what? Before we even get to Ed, we got to pass out some biscuits, man. We got to pass out biscuits beforehand. So here's some biscuits, man.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Boom! Biscuits. You know what? I'm gonna have to actually bring some fucking biscuits in here or something. Party sauce. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to make a little biscuit commercial just for the show. Say that it's brought to you by some type of biscuits. Oh, you got 20 acres? Holy shit. Yeah, see, I don't have 20 acres. We have 8.5. 20 acres is a lot. Hell yeah. What's going on, Rob? All right, guys. Yeah, this is kind of a long interview, so we are going to jump into it right now, and then right after the interview, we will get into the retro basket and do some gameplay, see what we're going to play tonight. So enjoy, guys. This is my interview with Ed from the Evercade Effect. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Tonight's guest is Ed from the Evercade Effect. What's happening, man?
Was it, man? Happy to be here. Glad we could finally coordinate our schedules.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's been hectic. But you know what? You're like a streaming machine. I mean, you're streaming like 10 hours. I don't know how the hell you do it, dude.
Well, it's like sometimes I kind of look at it like you just kind of want to play games and tune everything out and isolate yourself, and sometimes you want to play games with friends.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna pop on for a few hours, and and really I kind of like feed off of the chat and the regulars. Like if people are like talking about stuff and have good conversations, and it's like you stay awake, and then sometimes after a few hours when it gets like later in the night, and if people get tired, everyone gets tired. Then that's when I get tired.
Yeah, well shit, man, on your birthday bash. What was that? Like 11 hours?
That was a long time. I think I might have started that like at 4 or 5. Yeah, that was a long time.
Yeah, because I was on with you until like 3:30 in the morning, something
That's
like that.
right. That's right. Yeah, and it was definitely one of those like cool live things that you had to be there.
Yeah, that was insane, man. I was like,
That was
man.
fun. That was fun.
Hell, it was, man. It was funny as hell. And I think you were just coming down from being shit-faced. I think you were kind of drunk earlier.
Well, it's my birthday, so what do you
Hey,
expect? What do you
hey,
expect?
man, you got to. You got to. Hell yeah. So,
Oh man.
so how long have you been doing this?
So YouTube, so I think since 2000, like 5 years, like as long as evercade has been in existence.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's when you
That's how I
started
keep
up.
track. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, hell yeah, man. And
yeah.
how did you end up hearing about Evercade anyway?
I was hoping you'd ask that. So, yeah, go back in time, like, and this is before like we had like like Steam Deck wasn't nearly close to existing. Even if you kind of remember back then, like the retro emulation handheld scene wasn't that big. Like
Yeah.
that we don't have what we have today. If they were once to exist, they were kind of custom. They were like super expensive, and I'm talking maybe like in the hundreds. They they were like very like minimal and kind of kind of crappy, right? And so kind of like throughout my whole life, I've always gone back and forth through emulation. Like, hey, let me go ahead and play some games on my computer. This is kind of cool. Um, and then there was a time period where going back further, where I was always kind of like into Steam. Took a break from that. Did like kind of went through the era doing online gamings, MMOs, and like all that other stuff. That's like pre-kid, right? All the other
Yeah.
stuff, and then kind of that, that kind of like, rightfully so, awesomely so takes up more of your time. And then I kind of got more back into single player games. I've always gone back and forth, like into playing like retro gaming and all that. So then kind of, fast forward, past the PS4 era. No, I really was into Call of Duty, but then I didn't like the person I was becoming. And what I mean is like yelling at the screen. Like I was like too into, you know what I mean? Like I was like too into, and playing games shouldn't be stressful, right? Like, too
No.
into it,
Hell no.
you know. And then I remember, actually, no, it was Mad Little Pixel. I think it was maybe one of his videos when I kind of was just casual walking YouTube. He said something like, "Hell, you can play emulation like on a Fire Stick."
Hmm.
And so that's I remember loading up RetroArch and kind of like first playing Nintendo, and then I kind of got into that. And it emulates stuff like pretty well. Like you can do up to like PS1, pretty well, kind of depending what it is, and even like some 2D Dreamcast and whatnot. So I was kind of doing that, tinkering around with a lot of that stuff, and then I was kind of looking for something different for emulation. And then I kind of heard of this thing called an evercade, and it was what kind of also sold me on it was that it was handheld, right? Like that was still kind of
Yeah.
new, and it takes carts, and I'm like, wow, but I've accessed all these ROMs. Could I really kind of do that?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then I saw like, and then I didn't know it at the time, but I think the nostalgia part that got me was the fact that it was like carts. It looks like a small Game Boy cart,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
and you get a real booklet and a clamshell. And then I'm like, okay, cool. They've got Technos and Atari, and and then I was like, I had no idea what Pico or anything was, but it was kind of like the nostalgia part and the discovery that kind of drew me in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, And then I wasn't really sure, and there was other stuff. And then I remember it was around Christmas, and then my mom at the time, and she was like, yeah, she was like, no, if you want that, I'll get that for you. And I was like, really? And I was, I wasn't sure, like, I guess she had the means at the time to spend because it was like it was like with shipping, it was like $200. It was like
Yeah.
210. You got the handheld of all like the first 10 games, and I was like, really? So that's and that just kind of got sucked in, just kind of got sucked into it. But I will tell you, I heard like a lot of negative reviews, but like kind of like silly things. Like I think people just didn't like that it kind of gave easy access to people experience the same thing that they could experience on the CRT, like the gatekeepers. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's kind
Yeah.
of my theory. And so there's a lot of people talking trash, and then actually I kind of came across like Pete's channel, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. This guy really likes it. And he was actually one of the first people to give fair, constructive feedback. Same with Crow. And then I kind of saw Rich, and then I'm like, what is this Evercast? And then I started watching it. I'm like, and this was like, before Crow, but it was mainly like I think it was just Pete and Rich, and I'm like, okay, these guys are enjoying this thing. And then I kind of became more curious about all that. And I kind of wanted to do YouTube. I was definitely more of like a, participant commenting, like a lot of
Yeah.
people that are watching us right now. And then at the time I wrote Pete like this long, actually, no, here's what was funny before that. I said when I was on Facebook, I sent him a message, and then I kind of had to get the courage out because because I was just like, hey, could we collaborate and just like do something together. I didn't even ask to be like on like an Evercast. And the funny thing is, he's like, yeah, I don't really pay much attention to Facebook. Could you email me? Shit. So I had to get up the courage, get up the courage again. Ugh. So then I sent him this email saying, "Hey, I like gaming and all." I don't know. I just gonna kind of give him the quick story. Like I have a passion for retro gaming, and I think you guys are cool. And maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe we should do something together. And he's like, "Hey, how about you come on Evercast?" And I was like, "Really?" And then he just I guess I just kind of hit it off with him and Rich, and I just kept getting invited back. And then he had me like he's like, "Hey, could you just kind of do some like little segments?" So I did this thing called like "Did you know?" And I would try to like come up with some like little facts about like some of the games. And then and then after a while I was like, okay. And then my wife also kind of encouraged me. She's like, "Yeah, you should just do YouTube." I'm like, "Really?" Like kind of
Hell
encouraged
yeah.
me to but it was after a few times kind of I don't know, kind of being motivated and getting the courage up. And I wanted something to do with retro gaming, but retro gaming was still expensive even kind of then. And
Oh yeah.
man, to like hook things up to like HDMI and all that is just kind of like it's difficult. And I was like, okay, this thing, it's a handheld. You can, I'm like, hey, I could record and make videos. It's tangible, and I thought there might be some kind of a following. So that's,
Heck yeah, man.
then it's just, and then I just like my God. I think my first video I started off just like using my phone and just kind of doing it like really inconveniently, and
I
then
know how that is. Yeah. Yeah.
getting a webcam. And actually, for a while, I didn't even really care about lighting. I'm like, yeah, I should get some type of like ring light or something. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
look
need to
like
do that.
in
I
the show.
got
Oh,
one ring light, but I need a
yeah.
new one.
Best time like Thanksgiving, there'll be sales again. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna invest in one. Shit, I
yep,
didn't find out about evercade until through you.
really,
uh
that's funny.
2022. 2022, man. I think yeah, it was a couple days after I started my channel, and I ran across your channel, and I've told you this before. I've told
Yes,
other people, but I
yes,
was
yes.
like, man, this guy's fucking weird, man. Like I don't know if he's being serious, but you like had like a cartridge in your hand. And you're like, this fucking, or you didn't say fuck, but you're like, this
Yeah.
fucking game rules and stuff.
Yeah.
And I
We'll
was
see.
like, he's got to be joking. But then I was like, all right, dude, yeah, he's kind of joking here, but he's really passionate about this. I need to
Yes.
check this out.
Nice. No, and I know definitely sometimes with every kid I can be a little bit either way overly passionate. Um, but yeah, it's interesting because and they're doing. I mean, I kind of feel like Blaze is doing something right if we're buying
Yeah,
their stuff. But for me, and that's why it's kind of like I didn't know this in the beginning, but sometimes it's not as much about the games, and that's like, and I kind of necessary to tell people this: if you're just getting into Evercade just to play games, then you may be disappointed because there's so many different ways you can play games. For me, like the nostalgia part that's awesome is like like you can't buy a new like sealed game for like that price for like 23. I mean,
no,
okay, maybe sometimes on the Switch side, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like it's brand new, it comes in the mail, it's exciting, and there's some discovery and hopefully some nostalgia, and it's kind of like the whole experience. And then even some of the collections like Worms that I don't really like.
yeah,
It sits on the
yeah,
wall, right? So
yep.
but it's always fun to make a video. And yes, in the moment, some things like really excite me, and some things don't. But it's just
Yeah, yeah. No, that's what drew me to your channel though, is
that's
because
awesome.
I was like, I was like, all right, man, he just has like character and personality and he's playing around doing that. I was like, all right. He's normal, but he's passionate about the shit, man.
Actually, it's funny because I remember early on in the beginning, somebody private messaged me in Discord. They said like, if that's who you no, they said like if that's who you are, like that's cool. But they actually recommended like, or they said like you should turn it up and I'm like, really? Like that's the one thing I prompt like this. Yeah, 100%. This is me, or more of like more of like how I feel like feel comfortable and all that. Because the other thing in this day and age, like it's not in the video game world. I don't know. As I've gotten older, like not as many things excite me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people have said like, hey, well, there are like a lot of cool like Steam games and other things, and sometimes I thought about doing some videos on that, some of them worthy so, but I don't know. There's just maybe I don't know if it's the physical media, but there's I don't know. For as much as I like or I don't like about Evercade, there's some like magic sauce.
there is, man. There is. It's the little things. That instruction manual is like a big thing to me. And it doesn't sound like much, but it is. It's like, man, you don't get that with anything anymore. There's no instruction manuals with any games except with Evercade. So I don't know. I thought it was a nice touch.
Yeah, see, it's interesting because like you have tons of ways to like to like emulate and play stuff. Hell, with the machines behind you, technically I could emulate and play anything that I want, like on my Steam Deck or whatever. But there's
Yeah.
just something neat about having a curated collection and kind of like what Gene jokes says a lot is that like when you I don't know when you have like a curated collection of a certain number of games, like he's like I just play it more, and I'm kind of like what kind of if I'm spending my own money on something like that and downloading a ROM, yeah, I want to get I want to
Yeah.
explore it and look. Unless it's just like pure misery,
Yeah. Yeah. So
but that's awesome though. That's cool to find my and that was kind of the whole thing of what I wanted to do was like I kind of got into this because of like Pete and Rich and and the Will Crow at the Temple, kind of that, and that's cool that you've gotten into this because of me and other people, and it's kind of like that effect, and that is like the Evercade effect. That was kind of like the name of my channel is like, hey, here's something cool that we can all be involved in, even though the cost has gone up now, but like at the time for 20, for like $100, you could like easily get into this ecosystem
oh, heck yeah.
and
Heck yeah, man.
and all that type of stuff. But collecting retro stuff is interesting because in addition to that, there was a time where I have like like the mod retro chromatic to like relive my the Game Boy and all that. And there was a time where I wanted to go out and collect things, not only because of the cost, but would you be surprised if I told you that like I just kind of wanted to experience games. Like I don't like want the burden of like, okay, let's go here and buy this and see if it's good. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm not saying it's not awesome to collect things, but I just wanted to play stuff, but I wanted to experience it a certain way without
Oh
having to
yeah.
like spend a lot of money to
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like when I go like game hunting and stuff, I don't just go and buy games just to have them. I actually have a list of games that I'm looking for. So, I there's so many games out there that I could have just went and bought, but I have no interest. I don't have any interest in like getting the whole collection of PS1, PS2, PS3 games, anything like that. Now, once in a while, I do buy some games that they just look intriguing, so I'll get some. But then that kind of sucks because then I put the game in and it sucks. And it's like, man, why'd I buy this? This game's stupid. I don't even put them on my shelf. The games behind me, well, yeah, you can't see really in the camera, but
over
the
there.
games on the wall, those are the games I play. My other games, shit, man, they're in totes, and I might just do some like giveaways with those. I mean, I have no need for them if I'm not
In
gonna
other
play
words, you're
them.
like, I actually play the games that I buy. Yes, and that's
Yes,
what.
yes, I play the games that I buy, and
Yeah,
if they suck, I'm not a reseller, so
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and try reselling them. It's like, why not just maybe have a giveaway or something and send them somewhere where they're going to be appreciated.
Funny you mentioned resellers because been channels. I'm trying to think either. I can't remember if either the algorithm recommended your channel or somebody may have said that I needed to check you out. I think it could have been JMac because I know like you all like know each other like in real life or. That
Oh,
have like,
I never met him in real life. With
or how
J-Man,
do you, yeah.
he he had a band as well.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. But the music connection. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
both
Yeah.
of our bands got signed by the same
That,
record
that's
company.
what it is. Okay. Something in
Yeah.
real life. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
But I can't remember. It was actually kind of funny because of one of his videos, you were like cussing out like resellers, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah. And I don't have a problem with all resellers. I have a
Yeah.
problem with the scumbag resellers that,
Yeah.
they buy a game for $2 and then turn around and sell it for 70. It's like, come on, man.
But what was funny though is like because initially, and I'll be honest, like it almost turned me on. I'm like, is this guy just a drama channel? I'm like, okay. Then I checked out some of your other videos, and I was like, well, you know what I mean? Because like, not that that's not real content, but like, does he talk about games? I'm like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was just no, it was just hilarious. No, I know what you mean. And see, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, there are some other games that I would want to play, like like on the Game Boy, like your Castlevanias and all that stuff. That like
Yeah.
the value is super expensive because of resellers. I'm like, dude, I just maybe want to play the game, and then if I really do like it, then maybe I'll go after a physical copy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to I don't want to have to spend like hundreds of dollars just like on one game if I'm and I may only play it for 5 or 10 minutes. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like and that's what I think is kind of neat about some stuff. If you really like the games, you can buy them. That's why like flash carts are awesome because then you can like play everything, and then if you want like a complete in box copy, stuff.
Yeah.
Or like when you've gone out for stuff like yes, getting things on the cheap, like especially carts. Like I don't need like if I just want to like play something, it's like hey, this looks kind of cool. It's like $5 or $10. Like that makes sense. And then maybe the stuff that
Yeah.
like if it's something like from your childhood, you're like you know what, I want a complete copy of I don't know Super
Yeah.
Mario 3 because it looks like that makes sense. But
Hmm.
if you just want to play something and just try to experience it in a certain way, like dude, you shouldn't have to pay out the game.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, I only did a few of those ripping on reseller videos. Um I was starting to enjoy it doing that, and then I ran into a guy that has a channel. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Heckin' Steve.
Steve. No, no.
Oh my God. He is the ultimate roaster of resellers. He gets mean about it, but it's hilarious. And he even has in his description or his about on the channel, don't take anything I say serious. I'm joking about everything. But oh my God, does he rip into these resale, especially Phoenix resale? He rips into him bad. But I
I'm not,
was like,
I'm
yeah, I
not
can't
surprised.
I can't compete with this guy. This guy is like the roast master, man. I'm not making videos like this anymore.
Well, then it's good to do your own thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, Anyways, but I'll tell you what. Here's the thing that I don't like about not, and I'll say like 99.9% of kind of like of people resellers of YouTube channels is that like they kind of they're selling people on the dream that hey, you could do this too and you could become a millionaire. And I don't really
yep,
like that false like that like that false hope. Like people don't understand, like listen, it takes money to make money, right?
yeah,
And so like they probably have gotten a collection or collection because they've had like opportunities and all that. It's very difficult or near impossible to just like, even though I know there was one channel, one guy claiming like off of $20 that he did all this stuff, but it just
yeah,
I don't like. I don't know. I just don't like. And then people only watch it because I don't know. They kind of fulfill some fantasy that they can either find the games or kind of like Storage Wars or any of that stuff, and not and
hmm,
who knows like. I think like Gene or Immortal or somebody said that was live, like the planted card. Who knows how much of this shit is real? What I think it becomes like too much like reality TV. I would say like
yeah.
with some exceptions, like Ian Seymour, he is awesome. I don't know if you've
I haven't watched any of that.
watched his stuff, but like he goes to flea markets, and he has a passion for doing it. Like he doesn't do it for a living. If anything, like he kind of does it to like feed like his collecting habit.
Okay.
Um, or like when it like he's made like comments a few times, like he wants to put like more retro stuff out in the wild, like Wii's, like like
Yeah.
he'll spend like a couple extra bucks to buy like the doors or things that break up. He won't just put out garbage. If he's gonna sell something like a Wii, it'll be with a working controller. He'll get all the things, to put more of them out there. And he's really entertaining in the way that he does it. And his videos don't go on like for hours. They go on for he like breaks them into
I'll have
like
to
10
check
minute
him out.
chunks. Yeah, yeah. So there are some, yeah, actually me and on Colleague Retro Gamers, me and Rich interviewed him, and he's he's awesome.
Is he?
Um, yes, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, there's a few people like that where they're doing it either to like to feed their video gaming habit, or they have like a passion. They're not just like, oh, let me buy this thing for $5 and
Yeah.
resell it for 100. I mean, but at the same time, if you do, I don't know, find a game, let's say that retails like I don't know, let's say you find like an Xbox game that retails for $20 and the disc is scratched all the hell out of, and you resurface it and you get it for like $5 and you resell it for 20, like for 20, like that's fine. It's just
Oh
I know what you
yeah.
mean when it gets to be like because there you should be able to like make money off of if you spend time. It's just for something that's something gross where somebody maybe pays $50 for a game and sells it for 500. Like come on.
Yeah, no doubt. It's
It's
it's like
so.
what was it? It was probably a couple years ago. I did a video on it, and this is when I was just Game Freak, my channel, before it was the Game Freak. I actually did a Pokemon video, and I'm not a Pokemon fan, but I did a Pokemon video because I was looking through my DS games that like my kids gave me all their DS because they don't play their DS anymore. They're like, yeah, you could just have the games. Okay. Well, they had two Pokemon games and they only played it once. They were hard as hell to open. They're brand new, mint condition. Shit, the receipts are still in it.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I wonder how much these are going for now. And I went to that price charting, and one of them's like 550 bucks, and the other's like 200 something. And I was like, these games suck. How the hell are they even? Who would pay that? I mean, for a game, especially on
Right.
the DS, man, that's just insane. And
Dude.
people were like, dude, you should sell it. And I was like, I personally. I have a guilty conscience, man. Like I'd feel like shit if I sold someone a DS game for 500 bucks, man.
Well,
I couldn't do it.
there's a happy medium for that, right? Is you
Hmm.
could go to your local retro store, and depending, if you like want like turn that into like other like retro, like turn that into other retro stuff, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
maybe you'll get like 250 or $300 versus credit, and then if they want to sit on that and sell it to some fool, that's kind of the I had like a few like dream like this is going back a few years, like a few Dreamcast games, GameCube games floating around, stuff that I forgot that I had, like so like Paper Mario that I bought for $25, like let's say if it was worth 100, traded in for $50 or $60 worth of store credit, because I was like, you know what, I don't have many of these systems. I can play them all in emulation. That's a question everyone has to ask themselves. Do you need a physical copy? And so that kind of
Yeah.
helped me go down the rabbit hole, determine like I did have a Game Boy SP, traded that in to get other Game Boy games. And so I didn't want to actually spend any money. But yeah, I kind of know what you mean. I kind of felt the same way. But I'm like, because myself, I wouldn't want to spend hundreds of dollars. But I'm like, you know what? Here's stuff that I'm never going to play. Let me trade it in and just kind of like have fun with it. So that way
That's a
you
good
cannot feel
idea.
guilty. Give it to the store, and then it's on their conscience, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that, man.
and
That's a
you're
good
so and
idea.
and you're supporting a local business. I mean, trust me, like they'll love you for that, because like they know they can make a profit, and you
Yeah.
know.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's why
That's
I kind of did some of that, and and I think I had some things like Soul Calibur, Skies of Arcadia for Dreamcast, but I wasn't gonna play it. And actually kind of made me happy that somebody else would maybe
yeah,
want to
yeah.
get it. They could go to their own, because at least with something like that, you got to figure that you're going to be like you're not selling it to Joe Schmo. That at least like a collector. I mean,
Y-
that's what I told myself. It's gonna
Yeah.
probably buy it, and they're willing to spend that much money. Then you know,
Yep.
then
Yep.
at least it's not collecting dust. Then you don't have to feel guilty or feel like you're taking advantage. I don't know. Something
Yeah.
to.
And it's unfortunate, like shit like that is kind of going back to the whole reseller thing. The the legacy carts, man, what
Ooh.
people are selling those for on eBay and I'm like, get out of here, man. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Like
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. No, I know. See, I always say I have mixed feelings about that, about with like when cards go legacy, because I do like like it's kind of bittersweet. I like the fact that if you get into the ecosystem for a while, then you do
yeah.
get rewarded for getting those carts. But then it sucks for somebody just getting into it and they're like, "Ooh, I'd like to play. I bought into the system. Hey, for like $30, I'd like to play Double Dragon." What? That's $300. Then
Yeah.
that's the part that feels kind of crappy. So
Yep.
and it amazes me that, and I think Technos is one of those rare carts that I don't remember in the beginning of it being talked about as much. I think it was one of those ones that maybe they didn't sell a lot of copies of, but
Yeah.
it's a beloved franchise and it has some other, some other games that were on the Famicom, like the Kunio-kun series, like River City Ransom and stuff like
Yeah.
that wasn't as popular here. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah,
River
for
City
400,
Ransom's a good
yeah.
game, man.
I think I always kind of thought like the ceiling for like an Evercade cart should be like $50. Like if it's something that's more rare, like fine, like because you're paying that convenience fee, but anything
Yeah,
over that is kind of gross. Like
it
if you
is.
found like if you found like the Namco collections for 40 or $50 a pop, that's reason. And that was kind of before the price increase. I don't know now, but you know what I mean. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
fine, you're buying them secondhand, but shouldn't have to spend a few $100s just to play.
Yeah. Now, would you still be in the Evercade ecosystem if regular prices go up to like $50 a cart?
Ooh, so that you know what? That is a great that's a great question because I think we always kind of talk about that like $40 is kind of like might be like the absolute ceiling, but that was kind of um before the tariffs and before they increase, all the fun stuff that's going on in the
Yeah.
world right now.
Yeah.
So here's kind of the thing with that. Like for putting out like a Worms collection, no, like something that like I really don't like.
Hmm.
Then and I know someone like yourself, and I know a lot of people in the same boat where it's like, okay, if I'm not collecting every single cart,
Yeah.
even though I do content on it, then at that point you're only really going to buy the carts that you would want. So
Exactly.
so then
Exactly.
it so then it depends. So something, let's say like the rare collection, well, I think I like where that's priced now. I think it's fascinating. I love how we get Battletoads and we get all the nostalgia, and then maybe a few of those Spectrum games might be kind of cool. And even if not, they kind of like appeal to both sides. But
Yeah.
at $50, that could be a different conversation. What I am candid about, I'm like, dude, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I didn't have like my channel members, yeah, I wouldn't be collecting every single cart, even at the prices now, because it's. But the one thing I will say though, but then once you do get collecting, and because Blaze was brilliant and numbered everything,
Yeah.
like I kind of feel like once you pop, you can't stop. So I kind of feel like I'm in a unique situation, but definitely if you're not doing it for YouTube and you're not trying to collect every single one, yes, like be selective. Matter of fact, if somebody was to get into Evercade today, I'd be like, dude, start with the purple carts. Like, I promise you will love every single one of those. Maybe skip the Atari Arcade one just because we don't have trackball support.
Yeah. I was
You
about to
know,
say, yep. That's
I
probably
think
the
I think
worst one.
it is. But if we did get support for it, then it would be like one of the best ones because it would be really cool to play setup. But yeah, but like all the other, like I've never been disappointed with an arcade. Even like the Pico arcade was fun and great. That may be like the second worst one, but even still, like there's still like Silk Road. I think it was like an awesome
Oh, Silk
like
Road was fun.
yes,
Yeah, that was cool.
or the
And
Galeco or Jal, however the hell you say it. Like those two
yeah,
collections with all those like unique games. Like that's awesome. So
it's on
yeah,
your
I say
hoop.
yeah. I'd recommend that people start from there, and then then look at like the dual game carts with like the indie games, and I think for the most part, I don't think people would be
Oh,
uh,
definitely.
disappointed, or kind of like, or I'm like especially the carts that come out, the kind of like the black carts, the black and gold carts, like Neo Geo, which is
Yeah.
I
Yep.
can't believe I didn't know those were in reversible cover, but I think that's like. Hey, do you have yours by the way flipped around like that with the black and gold?
No, no, I got it purple. I got it purple. I didn't
I did
even
because I'm
take
like
that thing out.
I want it to be a special like I want it to be a special like subset. So what's kind of funny about that, and I know, and you can tell me if stuff like this matters to you, like because I do hear this all the time. Yes, there's millions of ways. Huzzah!
What's
Okay, that's
happening?
so that's how passionate I am about Neo Geo. Like out of thin air, I can make these things happen. Um,
Oh man, you're
so
fucking
yeah, so
magic.
so yeah, man. So that's and for me, it's an important topic because yeah, when we were talking about like yes, you kept all your cards purple. I switched these over because like it's its own unique design, but like for
That
some
does
reason
look
this like
cool.
felt like more nostalgic.
That does look cool as hell.
Yes, I'm telling you when you turn it over, and it'll especially be neat with collections 2 and 3 because it's like you have arcade and then you have a separate set of arcade. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Um, and then of course clicky the clicky stick. And I'll tell you why this is important. So I'm sure you may have been in the same boat, but like growing up in Neo Geo was kind of like it was like the unicorn of gaming, kind of like this mythical thing that you heard about. didn't know anybody who actually, I didn't know anyone that actually had one. Saw it in the back of catalogs, saw commercials, and all this stuff. You know, you played it, played it in the arcade, here and there. Probably played like the inferior ports. Like, oh my god, like yes, I had Fatal Fury for the Super Nintendo. I mean, it sucked, but that's
Yeah. Heck
it's what
yeah.
we had. But and it was just for me like, and I think if you grew up in that era where like you were obsessed with arcades and you love, like certain things in the arcades, like like how the machines would like I don't know, they would like talk to you. And what I mean like like how like Street Fighter there was like Hadouken and like for me at least
Yeah.
all those cool things were neat and kind of made you feel special. Like you could like the arcade gaming experience.
Yeah.
And so when you heard about you could have this at home, like to me that was just kind of a big deal,
Oh
you know.
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm talking about like even in the early 2000s, like Neo Geo has always been expensive. And I've talked a little bit about this, but there was a time where I was like, okay, can I physically collect Neo Geo games? And AES is still expensive, but like somebody made like a makeshift like MVS board. It was a single board on like some type of acrylic plastic, you know.
Yeah.
And I won that auction on eBay. It had like the Unibios like 3.0, and it was a single game carts. It came with one controller, like the ball top was was cracked, but it worked. And I think it came with like 3 count bout. I don't know, like some common games, but it did have like King of the Fighters 94, which
Yeah.
actually I kind of really liked that because it was like just kind of neat seeing the beginning. And you could get games for like 30 to 50 bucks. And make a long story short, I did have kind of fun starting to collect it. And I was going to do the whole cases where you could like print out. Remember like when Kinko's was like a thing
Oh yeah.
and you could make the covers. And I kind of gave up. And what was crazy because those were like 10 or something bucks a pop, but like some dude in Germany bought like on eBay. I think I sold like 10 or more of them, and he bought them for like more than I paid for the console. So like I doubled all my money. and, I,
Wow.
and like, it was something. It was like over $100 because I had like, I think like at the time I don't know if I just gotten a good deal, but they kind of sold for that much. I've always had like luck, like selling to different countries, especially like when like their currency is like worth more and it's cheaper. I don't know if that was just a
Yeah.
coincidence, um, but at the time, my soon to be not wife, we were looking to move into a house, so I had to like I was like, yes, I need to sell that stuff. But anyways, but I did like the funny thing is like this was between like $30 or $40. Like I bought the original one for the same price like back then, and so I didn't own a CD system, but this was like really nostalgic because I don't know, being grown up as a console kid, it takes a while to get used to joysticks, at least for me when you're doing special moves. So
Yeah. Heck
kind
yeah.
of fast, kind of fast forward now, like I don't have a Switch, and even if I did, um, they're not as like, like this looks like a cart, not like not like a
Yeah.
micro SD card. That even
Yeah.
yes, which is still physical media, but like in this day and age, I don't know for the price where you can get like an officially licensed physical media. I
No
mean,
doubt.
yes, evercade is emulation, whatever, but and then having the VS and being able to put in whatever controller, that was just really nostalgic for me. So and
Heck yeah.
I know, and it's kind of funny because like, and that's where sometimes with like Rich, Pete, and Crow, like I know Crow doesn't care about that. Pete kind of cares about that. I think Rich kind of cares about, but I really care about that. I was like, because for me, like it's almost like, yes, I can say that I actually own a physical copy of something that was like unobtainable as a kid
Mm-hmm.
without like having to like sell a kidney or a car. So I don't if, like that kind of stuff like matters to you, but it's just kind of cool. So
Oh, it does. It does. You know, I am one person that I don't know if I ever told you this. I actually had the Neo Geo console.
yes, yes.
And
No, I remember when you were live. Yes, but yeah,
yeah, I got it
I
for
remember you told
20
me that.
bucks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Big Lots wanted to get rid of them. They were sitting
Yeah.
in there forever, and I was like, "Hell yeah, I want that." And then, at that time, the internet wasn't a thing yet, or it wasn't a big thing yet, so I had no way of getting Neo Geo games. They ended up selling me all the games that they had there, which was only like three of them, for $5 a piece, and then the console for 20, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And then yeah, I just couldn't build on it. So my dumbass sold it for $50. And now I'm
Well,
kicking myself in the ass, but
don't be. I mean, okay. There's at least two cool things. Well, at least you doubled your money, even though yes, I mean,
yeah.
but at least you can say you owned an official Neo Geo AS. You have at least you have that badge of honor. I mean, not I can't even
Yeah.
say.
But at a cheap price, man, because
Yes.
that original price, hell no, man. That was an expensive system.
It is, and I think that's why I didn't get on the AES. And I've heard other people in collectors kind of talk about that. Like, what's his name, Cyrus or um, Super Graphic 64?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. He was, yeah, he kind of talked about he was a guest on Calling All Retro Gamers, and he kind of talked about, like, I think he said he had owned one or two Neo Geos, but he's like, the problem is you'll kind of get like there's like five or six game, well, to say affordable, maybe they're like 100, $100,
Yeah.
but then after that you can't really collect anymore.
Yeah.
Um, really,
Heck,
like now, if I were to get an AES, I think the only thing that you could do would be to get a flash cart,
pretty
and
much.
like there's like two main manufacturers, but still I think that's another like $400 to $500. Let's say if you can get a console for $500, that's a grand. And then I would want one modified so I could hook it up to like HDMI, which I know for some people that may defeat the purpose. But so that's why, don't beat yourself up too badly. At least you can say you owned it. But
Well, I'm glad
I
we're on the same boat,
yeah.
man, about the whole HDMI thing because I was gonna make a video, but I don't want to piss. I mean, I don't care about pissing people off really, but at the same time, I don't want anyone offended by it. Um, I was gonna make a video on. Uh, I made a video on like gaming pet peeves, but there's other things that I just don't care about, and that's like CRT TVs and shit and scan lines. I was happy as hell when modern TVs came around. I was like, man, these old TVs suck. So I like playing my games on modern TVs. I
Yeah, no, I find that interesting because I can, going back like 20 years ago, I remember when that transition where, HDMI and all that came out. I remember somebody telling me, he's like, your old consoles won't look good on it. I'm like, really? And I could remember like hooking up like my PS2 and being like, ooh, I just want this to look normal.
yeah,
So, I mean, it's kind of like, so I get how there's some people that they do like CRTs and that's fine, but no, I'm definitely, like if I had like a Super Nintendo, I would want to be able to like hook that up with like minimal fuss. I'm fine with
yeah,
playing it on a TV. I
yeah,
think one of the reasons, because, and I think here's the reason why I think we kind of show that common interest, is that if you love indie games are like 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit pixel art. So I
yeah,
kind of feel like if you love pixel art and it looks and it and it looks good and it scales to where it's not all blurry, then like I
yeah,
don't know. That's it.
yeah,
You know. So
yeah,
it's interesting. I mean, and again, I'm fine with that. What I don't like is I think now that CRTs are rare, and especially like the ones that they use in TV studios are super expensive. I think there's like a small group of people that like to gatekeep, and they're
yeah,
like, well, the only real way to play a game. I mean, if you have the means, or like if you can do it, that's fine. But there's many different ways to play these games. I mean, it's
yeah.
just
Yeah,
yeah.
that's in my video that I made, that was one of the pet peeves that I talked about was when people say, "Well, you're not really playing the game right if you don't play it on this." It's like, fuck off, man.
See, that annoys, like a good example. Like I don't like another channel that you need to check out if you haven't. I don't know if you know who Scarlet Sprites.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
yeah,
So I mean, he used to do a lot more comment pre-kid. I mean, I totally understand having a kid, but like he loves arcades. He does like a lot of projects and restore stuff, and he even has to the point where he has like arcade boards that he'll hook up to like a super gun. For those of you who don't know, that's like a thing you can play on the TV.
hell
I guess you
yeah,
should know that. But he made a good comment. He said, like, listen, he's like he's like if you just want to play something, like he's like, listen, there's many. He worded it brilliantly, but basically he was saying like there's nothing wrong with emulation or other ways. He's just like some people maybe they just might want to play something like it just had to have the best possible quality, like and which is fine. Trying to I can't even remember the way that he worded it, but it was like brilliant. It was like of like saying, hey, play however you want. For some things, because I'm passionate about this, maybe I want that arcade experience, or I just want to be, or I just love the fact of playing an original hardware. Like there's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that.
It's
And the reason I can,
preference.
yes, and like, and the reason I can say that, like with the chromatic Game Boy, it's like, yes, I like there's, you can play Game Boy however you want. For me though, I wanted something that just felt like a Game Boy, like the weight of it in the screen that I could still
Yeah,
see without having to go blind. And I understand there's many different ways, but for me, I wanted that premium feel for that one thing. Not to say
yeah,
that the way that I'm playing it is better than everyone else. Just for me, because it was, I love that handheld. I wanted to capture that nostalgia, and I think that's kind of the difference. is where some people, if they say like, like you were saying, like you're not really playing it the real way if it's on original hardware. It's like go pound sand,
Yeah, no
you
doubt,
know.
man. It's like, hey, man, the way I see it, as long as you're having fun with the way you're playing it,
Yes,
that's all that counts.
yes,
That's what gaming's all about.
exactly. I think the only case I could like the one advantage I want to say, let's say like gaming on a CRT is if you want to play those old light gun games because otherwise,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't
like
think they work on newer
no,
TVs, do they?
no, they don't. And then like if you want to do, then it gets kind of like more expensive and more complicated for like depending on which light gun technology. Like sending light guns, like it's not a make or break, but I don't like how you have to have like a white border around it. Kind of takes away from the experience. And then you can get the more expensive ones that have the
Yeah,
sensors you can hide. I forget what they're, but you have to go through like a lot of trouble. And that kind of going back to evercade. I mean, that was kind of the thing for me. Like I don't have a CRT TV lying around. And if I
no,
were to hook up a Super Nintendo, I don't want it to look like shit on a modern TV because it is going to be pixelated. You know what I mean? It is going to be
yeah,
pixelated because, or you need some type of scaler. And so anything that enables like gamers to be able to like relive that stuff and have it like look normal. And so I mean, and I get that certain things like yes, like do look different, but how I kind of look at it, like I hate when people say that like either the way it was meant to be designed. Well, that's all we had for a CRT back then. So
yeah,
maybe
exactly.
were some games made within the limitations? Yes, and I know like the PS1 they use like certain types of interlacing for that, and I think if you get like HDMI mods, you like they kind of turn some of that stuff off. But anyway,
Yeah,
but it's just and I think the things that people do forget with HDMI, like especially through emulation, like dude, you can do scaling. Like you could make a PS1 game like look beautiful like on your 60-inch television through the emulator because you can anti-alias that stuff. So
heck yeah, man.
it's
Heck yeah.
so but yeah, that's I don't like gatekeeping. I almost kind of feel like there's a certain group of guys that they have like a midlife crisis and maybe some people buy Porsches and they're like, "No, I've got this certain thing," and it's
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
it's like yes, if I saw that setup would there be nostalgia and would it be cool to see it? Of course, but I wouldn't have to have that every day. That would almost kind of be like a museum. And then I wonder if you did have that every day, would that take away from um
It would.
for yeah. For me, the only thing that I'm particular about, and I'll give you a good example with like with Roadcraft, is that like if things are in the aspect ratio where they kind of distort it too much. Um and I say that game in particular because like that game looks great, like because like looks great on the TV, but they have like it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, and then like the game itself kind of has a border around it, so it's a lot smaller, right?
Yeah,
Because of the stats.
yeah,
And for me, at least with my eyesight, to play that on the handheld, like dude, I'm not even talking about the Super Pocket, like that's unplayable. Like I couldn't, like I was having to strain to like read it, and then I tried to stretch it, but then it looked like crap because it what because it was a 16:9, and for me then that kind of like took away from it. So that's kind of like an example. But other games like in Tate mode, you can kind of like stretch it out, and it kind of can fill in those little gaps, and it's so it really kind of depends on the game. But if a game looks distorted or like emulation wise, if the sound isn't right,
yeah,
then that kind of takes away, and that's the only knock that I'll say. Like it, some of like the cheaper like clone consoles
yeah,
like the kind of the test I would like I forget like what YouTuber coined this phrase, but like they call like the Mario coin test. Like if you play Mario Brothers and you get a coin, does it sound like that specific ding that we all love? Or if that sounds distorted, then that will bother me just because like but that's more just because certain sounds, right?
yeah, yeah,
Like what's really bizarre, play like the Famicom Disk System version of something like Legend of Zelda or Metroid. And
yeah.
because it had a better sound, like I can't do that because that sound is so off. It's almost like a different game, if that makes sense. So,
No shit. No, I've never played it on
yeah, because
Famicom.
because they had like, the Disk System had because they were on floppies, they had more memory, they had like better sound.
Yeah, yeah.
And like this like the sound where Samus shoots the door and goes through, it sounds different. It doesn't have like that cool like like
Okay. All right.
but
Yeah.
for me, that's kind of me being picky. But that's for me like nostalgia, like the way game, like the 8-bit chip tunes and all that. It's just important as the visuals. But
Oh,
it had to be,
definitely.
so then I could see someone's argument where they're like, okay, a CRT looks a certain way. I'm like, I get that, but I think with upscalers, other than the fact that it's not on a CRT, that's how you can kind of get it look similar. And with scan lines, yeah, I kind of feel like they haven't perfected that. Sometimes I will turn on like half scan lines, My only issue with scan lines though is it seems to darken the image a lot more.
It
Because sometimes I'll
does.
turn and
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, like, cause I'll be like, okay, this is kind of cool, and then I'll turn it off, and I'll be, like, oh wow, I can actually see the image better. So, yeah,
Yeah.
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 So it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have a couple clone consoles. I have the Retron 3 next to me, and then my 8-bit arcade back here is ran by the Classic N, which is
That's
a
right.
Nintendo clone. And the Classic N is fine. Now the Retron, like if I play Mike Tyson's Punch Out or something on it, like Glass Joe looks like he's been on the beach all day. He kind of looks tan.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
but
See, those are those are the kind of things that like if it's like that much of a difference, depending like that could take away like a little bit because then it's
it
making the game.
does.
Yeah, but when you're talking about different colors or sounds, I don't because if you remember, even playing, you could hold you could play on two different CRTVs. One could be more saturated than the other.
Yeah. Yep.
And then if you have the professional ones that we never, you could like really tune those in. So it's like, so I kind of feel like at the end of the day, if you go through all that trouble to have like, a SCART cable or whatever and tune it in, like it looks a lot like HDMI, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. I don't know,
Heck yeah. Yeah.
but that is a great thing. Yeah, I just don't want it to look like crap, but it doesn't have to. I don't know. Yeah, so some people just like to gatekeep for that. Well, I'm like, well, what
Uh,
if the Game Boy was designed for an LCD and you can play that like many different.
yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, shit, you can a lot of those games are on like arcade game sticks now.
Yeah, yeah. What I think is cool, kind of as far as like kind of nostalgia, like if you see like like a physical cart, like if it happens to have like a sticker on it, like a rental sticker or something else. I know, like I think there's kind of like like it's kind of mixed in the community where some people want a pristine copy, but I think it's neat. Like I'm like keep that on there because that kind of tells a history.
Yeah.
Um,
Blockbuster.
yeah, I know some people's names. I think that I guess I kind of get like maybe why you'd want to try to get that marker off, even though it does. But yeah, I think it's cool seeing like those blockbuster stickers or such and such rental that doesn't exist anymore. It's like, can we
Yeah.
get rid of those? Because that kind of tells a
Hmm.
that kind of tells a history of of different things.
Yeah. A lot of the movies that I have, like DVDs, have like movie gallery and Blockbuster and stuff on it because when they were shutting down, I collect horror movies. So I'd go into these movie rental places and I would just say, I want all of your horror movies. And they're like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, how much are you going to sell them for? They said, I tell you what, if you fill this box up, $50 and they're yours. So I just went and did all that. I have movies that I haven't even watched yet.
Are they VHS, DVD, or like a mixture of?
These are all DVD.
Okay. Only
Now,
reason I'm asking, I was like, if they're VHSs, I was like, dude, you have the space for that because VHSs they're thick boys. I mean, they take up a lot.
yeah. Now I do have like a lot of old horror movies on VHS, but I don't have a VCR anymore, so
They're
I
a
can't.
lot more, yeah, they're a lot more difficult to find like a decent one.
Yeah,
Um, Especially if you want to try to find one from like for like a right like for like a decent price. I never thought like old tech would become like more expensive than new tech. It's like
I
it's
know.
I
I
only happen
know.
to be lucky that we got a VCR. Because my wife's father, he does like a lot of like estate sales and things and stuff. And we just said, hey, if you happen to come across like a VCR,
Hey, that's
he'd be,
cool.
yeah, something.
Hell yeah.
I forget it was. We had something that we just wanted, like just like wanted to watch. I can't even like remember, but yeah, it is more tricky. Like sometimes I forget like my PS4, like that's like I want to play Blu-rays or DVDs. I think we still have like an old Blu-ray player, but like you forget like, oh yeah. But yeah, like physical. I mean, physical media is neat. I can even understand like why people would want to have records. It's funny is I could see like collecting records and like not even being able to play them just for
Yeah.
like just for the art and all that.
Yeah.
Now, where I don't know, it's depending on who you ask. I don't know. I kind of feel like the same. I think there can be gatekeeping in that. I'm like, if you like to listen to stuff on vinyl, that's fine. If you want to listen to stuff on CD, like I love to like stream all my stuff through Spotify because I can carry any type of music I'd ever want to listen to.
Exactly.
I can't tell the difference. I kind of feel like the same way. Like, yes, if you play a game on a CRT and you hold up next to it, let's say playing like an emulated game, would you notice differences? Sure. Will they matter? Probably not. You know what I
No.
mean? that's or maybe like it's kind of like, and some of those things like and maybe the same way with like with audio, right? Like I think you'd really kind of have to listen and could something maybe be technically better? Sure, but I don't think that should ever take away from somebody's experience, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, exactly.
Now, there are some things like yes, if they do like if we're going recordings, like if they change songs or they remaster them, I can understand an argument there. I know sometimes like in retro, like I think with some of the Sonic collections, like they change. I can't remember what, but they like they change very. You know, I'm not even talking licensing, but maybe they change like a few things. Like I could understand that. Like,
Yeah.
but if it's the same game, I mean, we should be lucky in this day and age that there is emulation. Could you imagine like let's say if like emulation was outlawed and the only way you could play these old games on physical, the cost of them would be like times 10. Like that would be
Oh my
disgusting.
God. Yeah. Dude, that would be nuts.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, like the music change, what is it? Sonic Mania, I think it's for PS4. There's some music change in that. They added stuff to it. Like it's not the original at all.
yeah,
I mean, it starts
yeah.
out the original, but then there's like these little snippets. I was like, what the hell? That's not part of the song. Because I was sitting there humming along, playing it, and I was like, okay, that was never in there. So,
Right, right. Yeah, and so that's where sometimes for licensing, then it's yeah,
mhm.
that's what's always tricky. But then see, then something like that I could understand. Like it would be like I don't know, buying a Contra collection if they completely change the main theme,
Yeah,
then I would be like, no, because that's because it's like the whole package.
yeah, yeah.
So
You can't mess with Contra, man.
no. No, and
No.
even so like even though I can play the emulation, I have like the Steam collection of I would love a physical card of that. Like, oh my God, that would be really nostalgic to
Of Contra?
yes, like a Konami collection, like that's oh my
Oh, okay,
God.
I got you. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've never Cade, sorry. You can't read my
okay.
thoughts.
Oh, dude, that would be badass.
Yeah. So
That,
so that's what's interesting. I know there's many different ways and the whole reason for me bringing up stuff like this is at the end of the day, what for me the nostalgia of the evercade, yes, the games are important, but it's just being able to play something cool, you know, like you said, having the manuals, you know, a clamshell, like something that's not cardboard that won't fall apart, hopefully,
yeah,
you know, and some discovery. And that in the beginning of Evercade, that's what you know, that's what got me into it was like the balance of both. Um, and the great thing is like if you think about like for next year, a lot of that stuff is already planned out because you know there's going to be at least probably three more Neo Geo collections, maybe even four,
yeah,
because they partnered with them. There could even be a Taito 3 and 4. That would be great. We know we're going to get more Activision collection, like at least two more Activision
yeah. I think
collections.
there's two more. Yeah,
And then I'm hoping that since they have that release that you know that Microsoft license that maybe we could see some of those other games like what is it like Blackthorn, Rock and Roll Racing, Lost
yeah,
Vikings.
yeah,
Although
yeah.
Rock and Roll Racing, I don't know if they could get the rights because it is I don't yeah that would be interesting. I don't know if they could they'd have to change the music on that or
They'd probably change it,
we'll
but shit, man. Yeah, because like Rare, they they
get
have
into
so
their
many
collection of that.
yeah, they
Yeah.
have so many options with Rare. There's a lot of games out there.
I suspect what's that other not 007, what is it? Perfect Dark? That other first person shooter. Isn't that the other one?
It might be. I'm not
Yeah.
into first person shooters, but I know other
That one,
people are.
yeah. No, if they had to put one on there and if they had to put another C64 game, like I would be fine with. I only say that because that was like on some of their other collections.
Yeah,
Um, but I know some people are like, "Where's Sneak Rattle and Roll?" And I'm like, "We'll see that they can't put everything
yeah,
they can't put everything up." But yeah, we'll see another rare collection, and then the top of my head, if I'm doing my math, and I think that leaves room for another three or four cards. And I jokingly say like we just need a year with like minimum blue cards, or if we do go in that direction, I really want to see something like a Home Computer Heroes too, because there's so many aftermarket like computer games out there.
oh yeah, definitely. I don't have any blue cards. I don't own any.
Oh, you didn't get any? No, no.
No, I don't own
Yeah.
any. But I I think next year has the potential to be like phenomenal just because of the licenses that they picked up.
Yes.
Activision was huge, and that library is just gigantic, man.
Yes.
So I'm
That's what
looking
I'm
forward to that.
that's what I'm hoping that like Blaze is like, okay, now that we've gotten some of these more mainstream licenses that hopefully they'll continue to go in that direction and open doors. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we got like a physical Capcom collection.
That would be great.
Yeah, and I only say that because we had the Taito Super Pocket. Now we get the physical cards. I wonder if that tradition is going to kind of continue since with Neo Geo, it's like, hey, if you want to have it all, you can pay for this like little device, or you can wait.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about that. I know a lot of people like Super Pockets and all that. Um,
I
but
liked
for
him
me
at
though,
first.
yeah. I don't know. It's Pete's fault. No, I got the
Yeah,
one because he was like, you should really test it. I'm like, yeah, fine. I get your point. I should test it, but it kind of confirmed everything that I thought about it. And I do understand like Blaze does need some other revenue streams. What I wish they would do is kind of turn back to doing their limited edition consoles, like they did with the Duke Nukem console.
yeah,
Like that sold out in like 24 hours, and I think that was like limited to like a few thousand copies.
yeah, yeah. That sold out real quick. I think the wild card. I'm predicting this as a wild card. I think that we'll get like a Tecmo collection.
Dude, Ninja Gaiden,
That
or
would be the
Gaiden, however you
shit.
say it.
Yeah,
Yes,
that would be the shit, man.
that would be awesome.
I
That would
would
be awesome.
love that.
See, I would like to see them well, kind of get some of those licenses. But what I think Blaze needs to do though is take it a step further and kind of hit up some of the really popular speedrunners
Oh yeah,
and just be like, hey, we're gonna send you this, or try to do some, I don't know, some type of partnership, and so people could see like, hey, you still can speed run these games with like very minimal like input lag. And I think that would make it like really popular. I would love to see something like that.
that would be awesome, man. That would
Ninja
be
Gaiden
awesome.
might be the game to do, because then it's like, hey, people could be like, oh, I could speed run too, and I could pick this, have a bundle. That's
Yeah,
that's that's where I want to. That's where I kind of sit them say where Blaze is like behind the times. I'm like, dude, like when Tetris was like at its like popular heat, like we should really get a Tetris collection, because I was like, if Mod Retro could do that, I mean, hell, they bundled their Chromatic with like, their own version of Tetris.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Blaze could do that. And I would also like to see Blaze, if they already haven't, reach out to other developers and try to get more like exclusive games, or maybe get like an exclusive game for 6 months or a year to come out
yeah,
on evercade.
yeah. I think we need something like another oh, what the fuck, man? I'm losing my mind. What's the single game cart?
Full Void.
Yes, yeah, there you
Yes.
go. Full void. I
And
think
then
we need another cart like that.
Roadcraft. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Um yeah, and I think that's where kind of like I think they're kind of learning like less is more. Like I get like in the beginning it's like, yes, you have this cart with 20 games. But for me, it was kind of funny. Like, what do I go back to? I don't know. It was like we were doing Evercast in the Jacko collection, and I forget what baseball game they put on there, but it wasn't my favorite. And actually, I said like I think they should have just left that game off.
oh, bases
And I
loaded.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because they could have like, dude, bases loaded too. Like there were so many other like better like sports games they could have put on there, and I was like, I think they should have left. And I believe this in some cases that like if they would have left it off, then it makes like the quality of the collection higher. Like I strongly believe like less is more. I'm like, give me 4 games, 2 games, one. Give me like a really good experience with
yeah,
lesser games, and
yeah,
I'm happy to pay more of a premium with that. And I and
yeah,
I think now there's people in the community are starting to accept that. I hope, and I think Blaze is starting to. Hence the computer collections. Like
yeah.
Neo Geo getting like 6 games on a cart, and like I've had a lot. The only game, and not to its fault, is like Magician Lord, but that's
Oh, dude, that's just not. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's probably the worst game on the cart.
No, it is for one. I didn't realize that the placement of the enemies were really unfair in the respawns. And then
Yeah,
I think again, I'll give Gene credit. He was saying like the Xbox arcade version, and I think even the Geo CD version of it had it so that like when you died, you respawn back in the same spot. And I think they did that on the Neo Geo CD version because of the load times.
yeah,
Um,
yep,
but that's where sometimes I can be critical of Blaze. I'm like, did they have people kind of play test the frustration? Did they really want that original experience, or wouldn't it have been cool? Like, could we have also gotten the CD version of that on there, or maybe the CD version instead, where you could kind of customize, because that game is really really frustrating. I love tough games, but I hate like when the enemies cheat.
yeah. And that game, there's a lot of it, a lot of it. It's almost.
Yes,
I can't say
yes.
it's unplayable, but it's unplayable.
I love that game because I never got past the first level, and then when I finally did, then that's where. I was like, oh man. I was like, oh no.
I
Like,
need a beer.
dude. So yeah, it's no, it's interesting. But I think that's like you said. I think next year is going to be a big year. A lot of the licenses have planned out that it makes sense. And I think if they just kind of continue along that lines. And then I always say like I wish Blaze would take a chance and kind
Yeah.
of do a crazy deal. And what I mean by that is okay, let's say if like the only way they could get Konami, let's say Blaze is like, hey, we're so confident we're gonna sell 50,000. I'm making up a number, like we're gonna sell 50,000 copies, and we'll give us a deal that like we'll do what it cost, meaning that like we won't make any money off of it until we reach a certain threshold.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think if Blaze took a chance, like I mean, first of all, I think the advertising alone, even if they didn't make a cent off of that, I think it would be worth it. I don't do their books, but I think they could afford one big player like that. And then maybe Konami says, you know what, we didn't reach that target, we got halfway there, but we want to do another collection. And then maybe, kind of like with movie or show deals, like with sequels,
Yeah.
and maybe now I don't know. I wish they would just take it. I wish they would take a chance.
Oh
Um,
man, if they got Konami, shit would go. The roof would blow off, man.
that and Sega, because I want to
Yeah.
say like there's a lot of Sega fans out there who will buy Sega just for Sega. Activision, we'll see, like for Atari, but if they could get one or two of those big players, I think that would be I think that would be awesome. And then I think that would start to open the doors more. I know not everyone would like this, but for me, if Evercade just did like nostalgia, I'm fine with like buying games in physical form that I've already played. I know
Yeah.
not everyone likes that.
No,
Um,
I'm good with it too.
they could
I'm,
sprinkle in like a little bit of discovery. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I feel like especially his last collections have been curated well. Um, I'll be curious to see what people think about the Rare collection, because as soon as I saw that like they had like RC Program and Battletoads, I'm like, oh my god.
I was
Um,
sold right there.
I think I look at, and maybe you look at things this way, but I think of what would be fun for me to stream, what would be fun to like have my audience, like,
Yeah.
you
Heck
know,
yeah, man. Heck yeah. Well, hey Ed, I don't want this to cut us off. I
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah,
I want to thank you for joining me on the show,
heck yeah.
and I hope we can do this again sometime.
Yes.
All
Yes. No,
right.
I know I like to talk a lot, so you do have to like cut me off at some point, or we'll be
No,
here
you're all
forever.
right. You're all right.
Yeah. I was
All
like,
right.
people don't know this, but we talked we kind of cut up and talked for 40 minutes off camera. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, dude, we should start recording and we'll be here for hours. And it was just
All
it
right,
was a
brother.
blast. But no, man, no, this was great. I really like what you're doing, and I see like a lot of similarities in our channel, and we share that common bond that we do things for the love of gaming.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was kind of important just to kind of be on here
Heck
and all
yeah.
that.
Well, hey man, I appreciate it. And everybody, I'm sure everyone that is in the audience is already subscribed to you, but if they're not, go to his channel and subscribe to him. He does a lot of awesome stuff, man. A lot of awesome videos, awesome streams. He's just an all-around good dude, man. So, Ed from the Evercade Effect, thank you very much.
I appreciate that. And speaking of Evercade things, just want to give one quick shout out if people aren't subscribed. Check out the Evercade Retreat, which is Gene Joke's channel. He's pumped out like a lot of content. Has a different perspective and all that. And he's contributed a lot to the Evercade community. So figured
Hell yeah. Yeah, do that. Do that. All right, Ed, you take it easy, bro.
You too, man.
And all that, and some biscuits too. All right, all right. Yeah, there's a whole lot of fucking biscuits that need to go out here. So yeah, let's throw out some biscuits right now. Enjoy the honey sauce.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
I don't care what anyone says. That is a silver fox right there, man. Silver fox. Look at her shaking them biscuits. That's all right. All right. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to jump into the retro basket. See what we're going to play. Hell yeah. Fucking shaking them biscuits in the thrift store. Alright. Yep. Alright. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Oh. Last Duel. Last Duel. Let me get my switcher on here. I think this is a Capcom game from late 80s, like 88, 89, something like that. Yeah, this is one of those weird games. I think I've only played this game one time. And I believe that this is the one that you are in a car and then a ship. Like it's, yeah, you kind of do both. Here, let's get this loaded up. Make sure I have this on the right console. I think I have it loaded into my PS5. I do. All right, it's right here. Gonna have to. Is this like Spy Hunter? No. I mean, I think it might be like at first. Let me see if I got this. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the game where the car looks like a cock and balls. All right. Be playing with my ding-a-ling. My dinghy. Yeah, it's a shooter. Let's do this. Oh yeah, look at that thing. Oh, man. Yeah, look at it. It looks like a cock and balls. It shoots loads. This is great. Oh. Yeah, it's been a while, man. I think I've only played this once. And I'm pretty sure this gets pretty damn tough. What can I do? Can I jump? Yeah. I mean, what cock and balls don't jump? Oh, yeah. Hey, so far, man. So far, it's a little easy. But I know it gets tough. This is, like, the soundtrack. This is not good music. This sounds like grocery store music. Whoa! I don't know how I'm not dying. Ooh. More balls coming after my cock and balls. Hey. What's that? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got extra balls now. Check that out. I don't like this car. Ah, son of a fuck. Now he's a straight shooter again. Now he's shooting just straight loads. Hey, that's more like it. Dude, this is grocery shopping music. This is the music that you hear like when you're in the biscuit section. Grabbing some biscuits. That's cool that I can just hold this button down though. Oh. How do I slow down? Damn. Let's go. This dude's shooting like multiple loads. I will get back to chat after I get through however long this level is. Man, I'm disappointed with the music. I mean, this is Capcom. The heck are they having this grocery shopping music for during battle? Okay, well, at least now it's not. Whoa! Oh shit! Alright, got that one. Come on out, buddy. Yeah, I think you alternate. I think like it's a driving stage and then a flying stage after that. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, dude, I heard about that. Yeah, I saw that about Ace Frehley. That was pretty fucked up. My bassist was a huge fan of his. Like, they exchanged phone numbers and shit. My old bassist that he's also dead. He had numbers of a lot of people though, like Elvira. Oh shit. Where the fuck did you come from? Yeah, he was friends with her. They had each other's number and shit. Oh, fucking centipedes or something. Holy shit, how are you supposed to get through that shit? Okay, I thought it'd be better flying. Shit's tough. I just don't know about this music, man. I'm having a rough time listening to it. Holy shit. Oh man. Got hit right in the ass. Oh man. Let's go. I need some type of power up. These single shots suck. Oh man, right when I get it, I get fucking destroyed. There we... Hey, no, no, no. Every single time. Oh well. It's not like I don't have never-ending continues. All right, let's do this. Yeah, I don't know if I ever beat this game. I know I've played it. Because this all looks familiar. Oh, little boogers. Where the hell did these things come from? Oh, hey, 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 hey. Whoa, I couldn't move. Alright. I mean, seriously? Yeah, you can only go so far. Holy shit. Okay. I'm just gonna go past it? That's odd. Can I hit that thing? Ooh, I got lucky there. Alright. That was real lucky. Stage 2 clear. That was odd, man. Cassandra is a babe. Yes. We're not worthy. Oh, look at this shit. This looks like some Toe Jam and Earl graphics. Or board layout. Yeah, I don't like driving this fucking cock and ball thing. Oh, what the hell was that on Saturday Night Live, the ambiguously gay duo? That's what it looks like. That was fucking funny. That skit was fucking hilarious, man. This is a very odd game. I'm surprised it didn't do better. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just fucking weird. I'm not real sure, like, what to think of it. I don't know if I like it or don't like it. But hey, man. If it comes out of the retro basket, gotta play it. Even if it sucks. It's the way it goes. Hey. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I jumped. Ah, dick face. I'm not digging the music. I'm not digging this fucking car. Like, oh my god, right into it. Like, at all. I don't mind, like, flying. Holy shit. And you don't have, like, bombs or anything. Like, I can't just blow up the screen. Alright, so when they come flying at me like that, yeah, I can't do anything. Alright. Oh, shit. Dude, this is tough. This is fucking tough. Like, everything just kind of comes at you out of nowhere. Oh, shit. Some of these enemies are cool looking, though. Oh! I don't know about this dinosaur, though. He's kind of dumb. Is that it? It's flying time. Chris Farley was a unicorn. Oh shit, look at this. Alright, maybe I do like this game. It's kind of dirty. Look at that. A bunch of predator mouths. When they open up, it looks like the predator's mouth. What the fuck? With all the shit going on today, man, I guess that didn't even sound right. Hey, I don't like those bullets. Give me some of that. There we go. What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I needed right there. What the fuck? They look like what the hell is that? What commercial is that? The mucus thing. Son of a bitch. This is tough. Hey! Scrubbing bubbles. Look at that shit. Whoa, and they even shoot bubbles. That fucking toilet cleaner shit. Let's go. Oh, I'm scrubbing bubbles. Scrubby bubs. Alright. Let's go. You dick. Alright. I don't want a different gun. I like this right here. And now these little snot rockets are coming. Whoa. Damn. Yeah, these guys were on some drugs making this game. This is kind of weird. Whoa. Get past those little flowers. Alright. Man, what would happen if I didn't have the right bullets? Like, I would not get past that. Holy shit. Not cool. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Alright. Shit, dude. This is like overload. Yeah, because yeah, you really can't move too much. Like, how do I beat fire? Wouldn't I need some, like, water? Oh, you bitch. Alright. Is this the enemy or what? Ah, there we go. Ah, it's some fucking creepy crab. Alright. That was it? I'm kind of disappointed with the final bosses. They're just kind of... Yeah, no specials. Yeah, you don't have any, like, special bombs or anything. That's kind of lame. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not real sure about this game. There's parts of it that are pretty cool, and then there's other parts that are just dumb as hell. I take it I can't touch any of those things. Worst music. Holy shit. How do I slow down? Damn. You can't hit the ice cubes or anything. Just horrible music. Like, this is not battle music. Again, this is convenience store music. Oh, right off the edge. Like, this is shit that you would hear in, like, Dollar General. I'm getting lucky with these damn jumps. Sweet. Let's get out of this level. Yeah, this is probably like one of the more odd games that I've picked. Hopefully, hopefully I can tolerate this for the entire game. I mean, it's an arcade game, so it shouldn't be too long. Now, come on, bro. What was that about? Yeah, yeah, that shit makes you slip everywhere. Alright. Oh. You're kind of dumb looking. Alright. Oh, he sends his little cronies out. I mean, at least it's different music when you're fighting an enemy or a boss. But these bosses are kind of lame, man. Some lame ass bosses. What is that? Stage 5, does that say? Alright. Rolling. Oh wait, I think I can. Yeah, you can like, you can barrel roll. Yeah. But I mean, that really doesn't help me out any. Yeah, let me through. Oh, bitch. Whoa, it's like a drone. Oh, lucky. I mean, for as hard as this game is, I'm kind of proud of myself. Kind of proud of myself for even fucking continuing. Jesus. This music, man. Oh, where the hell are the... Now, how are you supposed to get through all that shit? I thought I was still blinking. Alright, there's some weird gravity going on here because these things are just going back and forth. Those are some burnt biscuits right there. They've been in the oven too long. Fucking soaked in honey sauce. I might have to pause it after this level. Catch up with chat. What's going on here? This might be it, man. I don't know. What is this, like Mother Brain here? Oh, you cocksucker. Alright. Oh, no. Wow. Give me some of that speed. More speed. Let's roll. Oh. That was bullshit. I'm just trying to get through this damn... There's no way I can time that out. Alright, got lucky there. What the hell hit me there? Holy shit. This has got to be the end. Got two of these crabby fucks. Well, what did that do? Alright, so I'm holding down a button here for that barrel roll, but I don't really know how it's helping me out any. Alright, what do I do? There we go. Holy crap. These things are just everywhere. Alright. Get through here. It's getting frustrating, man, because I really don't know. Oh, them fucking bubbles. This has got to be the boss. I mean, so far he's probably the coolest looking boss. I think. Is she naked? I think that's it. Yeah, exactly. Your fighting scene. What the fuck? That's it? Alright. Well, I guess that's the game right there. Not impressed. Not impressed. I was not impressed with that game. Yeah, it was a very silly ass game. Yeah, that was it. That was a pretty fucking lame game. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm too happy about that game. But hey, like I said, man, you know, I don't have 1,000 games in here anymore. I mean, I'm probably down to, I don't know, almost 900. But hey, sometimes you just pick a shitty one. And that one was kind of damn shitty. Yeah, you know what? That's what we need. You have defeated the enemies and terrible music and successfully. Yes, with the babe. Indeed. You know what? I think we do need some biscuits. So let's have some biscuits.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
That was better than the game. That was way better than the game right there. Having them damn biscuits. Yeah. You're telling me, man, the music was just, oh, holy shit. You want some more biscuits, bro? Is that what you want? I could throw some more biscuits in there, man. I got biscuits all night. Got tons of biscuits.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
I don't believe her, man. I think she likes the honey sauce on her biscuits. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I think that she enjoys the honey sauce on the biscuit, and probably in other places as well, not just on the biscuits. So, damn, he just like sent out some shit. Yeah, exactly. She's a dirty girl, man. Honey sauce and chicken wings. Why the fuck not? Exactly. Exactly, DF. You gotta have the honey sauce on it. It's called the red. Totally good. Which one are you talking about, Amber? She secretly takes the honey sauce in the biscuit. Ooh. Yeah. The butt gravy. The butt gravy. I think that's just another name for swamp ass, though. Ooh. I don't think I've ever played that game. I don't think I've ever played that game, Amber. It can't be worse than the one I just played. Last Duel sucked ass, man. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that that one's out of the basket now. I won't ever have to play that one again. They're like, oh, okay, okay, I got you. What was your punk band's name? We need to make my punk band's name. You want to make jokes about my band name? It was a Booty Tank, like BOOTYTANK. Just meant stanky ass, man. That's all it meant. Stanky ass. Can't get more punk than that, man. Stanky ass. 70 plus? Holy shit. See, I'm a huge shoot 'em up fan. That's like that's Switch heaven right there, man. Yeah, yeah, Booty Tank, but it was one word. It was all one word. You screen captured it. What'd you screen capture? Thanks, E. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Oh, damn, man. Yeah, so yeah, this was a long episode. Oh, okay, I got you. The list of games that Amber sent. Gotcha. Yeah, Ed when me and him sat and talked, I mean, he pretty much said, he goes, yeah, you're probably gonna have to resend the link. We're gonna run out of time, and I was like, you know what? That's fine because our schedules conflict, and it was the only day that we could get together and talk. So I was like, hey, and all that, and all that. It's like it's cool, man. It's cool. There's a there's a bunch of people I need to email yet. Some guests that have already been on the show. I'm gonna email some of those guys and have another interview. Quite a few actually, and then I got to get a hold of like Mike's Gaming Gala and Phil from Retro Bliss. Uh, I know Gen X Grown Up said something about you're 50. I'll be 50 here soon. Soon. You're 51, Amber? No shit. See, I'll be 49 in December. So, yeah, that age, man, that's just a number, man. It's all on what you make of it. I don't even think about that number anymore. My wife always wants to like celebrate my birthday and shit. I was like, eh. I've been done celebrating my birthday since I was 21. Oh, man. Yeah, the only time I really feel old anymore is when I wake up in the morning and start walking. That's about it. Yeah, I agree, Matthew, man. I agree. I don't need any more celebrate. But you know what? my wife spoils the fuck out of me. You know, she like DF brought it up already. Like she'll go game hunting with me once in a while, and you know, I had no intentions of like, you know, I was just picking up some old retro games, and she saw the PlayStation Portal and the Wii U, and she was like, "Didn't you want a Wii U?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." I go, "But you know, I can wait." And she just went and fucking bought it while I was looking at games, and then she ended up buying that PlayStation Portal. She goes, "Well, this thing looked cool too, so I got you this because you can play your PlayStation games." I was like, "What the fuck, man? What are you doing?" Yeah, she's cool as fuck, man. She is cool as fuck. Like I don't know. I'm not used to being spoiled. You know, me and her, we've been together for like 15 years. Been married for 11. But yeah, she hasn't changed any, man. She's just the that's just who she is. She's cool as fuck. But I don't know. I can't complain, man. She's badass. Not many women are like that. What's that? She can put up. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. You're right, DF. I know many people hate it, but oh yeah, man. Like I like the Wii U. I just don't have enough games for it. I think I only have like 5 games or something like that. And it was crazy. Who was it that recommended it was like I think it was that PK in the universe. He said, "Hey man," he goes, "it sounds like a kiddie game." He goes, "But it's really fun. I think it's Yoshi's Woolly World." And I bought that and it's fucking awesome. It's a really cool game. I was like, "Holy shit." So, yeah, I like the Wii U. I don't have a problem with it at all. And all that. No shit. Get mad for playing games. Shit, my wife has a Switch and a Switch 2. She's been like, that's the only games that she'll play. She likes Nintendo. And she likes Mario. She likes the Mario games. Other than that, I mean, you know, she'll try out different games. Oh, and Donkey Kong and shit like that. But yeah, she's more into the Nintendo scene. She thinks PlayStation has way too many different buttons and everything. And I was like, "What are you talking about? Your Switch has shoulder buttons and everything too." Like she ended up going and buying the first Red Dead just because she liked watching me play Red Dead 2. And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm just saying, first Red Dead is a lot different than the second one." But oh yeah, Mario games are great, man. You think so? You think so about the Switch 2 and all that? It's, um like to me it just looks like a I mean it's a nice little system, but it just looks like a bigger version of the original Switch, but and that's another thing. Like I have a Switch in here and I barely play my Switch. I don't know why. I don't have a big library for the Switch at all. I mean, I don't have anything against it. I think it's really cool, but I am going to play my Red Dead Redemption 2. Your video sold me on Oh, dude, you haven't played it yet? Red Dead 2 is the best game ever made. Ever made. I'm fine. It's a Switch Pro. 3 years too. Oh, well, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, see, I don't have a Steam Deck. And a lot of people's been recommending that I get a Steam Deck. Exactly, J Matt. Red Dead 2 is like, dude, I have never, like, in my life, been more invested in a game than Red Dead 2. It's so good. You get like emotionally attached. And you know, this is a 48-year-old fucking grown man saying it. You get emotionally attached to your character. Even your horse, man. Like it, oh man, it's just so fucking good. Do I like Red Dead 1? I do. I loved the first Red Dead when it came out, and I made a video on this. It didn't really get much views though. But when Red Dead 2 came out, I was real skeptical because I knew that you weren't playing at the beginning anyway, or throughout the story as John Marston. You were going to be playing as someone else because it's a prequel. And after I completed Red Dead 2, it ruined. Like, it's so good, it ruined every other game for me because now I compare every game to Red Dead 2, and nothing has even came close since. It's just it's just crazy. It's so good. Oh, Oblivion and BioShock. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. Like the first person game, I can't do first person. I get migraines. I wish I could do first person. I think I've beat one FPS game ever, and that was oh, what the hell was it? Far Cry 4. Yeah, I beat Far Cry 4 when I first got my PS4. It was like a free download, so I got it, and I forced myself to do it, but man, was my head pounding. Yeah, I wish I could do it though. But yeah, Red Dead 2 is so good. I mean, even the very beginning, it's like a tutorial, that first chapter, but there's a story behind it, and it's just, man, it's crazy. I played quite a bit of Red Dead. I've owned Red Dead 2 for a while, but I haven't played it much. I've been meaning to. Oh man, you need to. I've recommended it to a few people. Like, I only talk to a couple people I work with because most of the people that I work with are like racist assholes, so I don't talk to them. But the couple people that I do talk to, I recommended that game and they were like, "Oh, it starts out, it's too slow." And I was like, "Dude, you got to let the story build up, man." It's like after you get to like chapter 2 and you can just explore the way that you want. It's fantastic, man. Racist hilljacks. Yes, that's exactly what they are. Like, serious. I have nothing in common with any of them. Like, they all hunt and work on cars and shit like that. And I'm not saying anything. If you work on cars, cool. I wish I could work on cars. I wish I knew how to do all that. I don't. Instead, I have to pay a fucking mechanic. So I have nothing against that, but they just all do the same things. It's like, hey, they work on cars and they hunt. I don't do either. I do nothing. Oh yeah, yeah, I did mention that in one of my videos. You're right. Yeah, I forgot all about that. And who knows, man? Like, now all of a sudden my name's going around work about my channel, so I might have some management creeping, watching some of this shit. I'll never say the name of the place because I get in trouble. Yeah, they are. They are, Amber. And you know what? That's why they don't like me. That's exactly why they don't like me. But it's like, I'm not gonna hate someone for. I could give a shit less, but political spectrum someone's on. I'm definitely not. Yeah, I'm not mega. But I don't care if someone is. I mean, big deal. I could be civil with anyone as long as they're civil. People are civil to me. I'm civil to them. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, but you're exactly right. That's exactly what they are. The game really opens up after the snow. Yeah, you're right, J Matt. It does. Hell yeah. Exactly, Matthew. We are all gamers here. Hell yeah. That's the thing, man. Like that's why yeah, I don't do the politic thing on YouTube. It's all about games here. Nope. Yeah, I don't do the that shit just because I think like personally, like being in like a punk band forever and stuff, like I just think politicians, I think they're all full of shit. So I don't believe any of them. Yep. You only beat the opening chapter at the opening? Yeah. Yes, gaming and music. Yes. Although a lot of people get like flustered about music too. People always mistake well like I'm sure J Matt probably gets the same shit where they're like, "What kind of music do you like?" Well, I like all types of music, man. I like all kinds of music. But like punk rock is just my favorite. And when I say punk rock, like people are like, "Oh, that screaming shit." I was like, "No, I don't listen to that screaming shit, man." I don't listen to the that shit just ain't for me. But I totally see what you're saying, man. Yeah, like you go to like a music festival or something. Fuck yeah, man. Having a good time. And that's the thing with yeah. Hell yeah. Jodie Foster's Army. Jodie Foster's Army. I know you listen to that screaming shit, DF. My wife listens to the screaming shit. Like my wife listens to fucking like Lamb of God and shit like that. Like she listens. I mean, but she listens to punk too. Yeah, I was gonna say Matthew. Like Jodie Foster's Army sounds familiar. Why don't I know that? I can't think of like any of their names though, or any of their songs. I'm sorry. Yeah, like my wife drugged me to oh, who the fuck was it? Uh like it wasn't screaming shit though. Like she's a big like Godsmack fan. And we went to go see Godsmack and who the hell was it that opened for him? Flat Black. Flat Black. Yeah, yeah, my wife loves Lamb of God, man. She listens to all that. I'll give her credit. Like when we went to see Godsmack, even though I'm not like a big fan of Godsmack, I don't hate them, but they throw a good show. They threw a really good live show. It's just when it comes to Godsmack, if you hear like five of their songs, you've heard all their songs. Like that. After that, they just sound the same to me anyway. I know she wants to go. Oh, what the hell is their name? Man, I'm having like a fucking brain fart here. I can't think of their fucking name. Bad Religion is fucking awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who's a super tight band? Did I miss something? Oh, are you talking about Lamb of God? Yeah, dude. Sully? That's what I heard too. Yeah, I like most of my friends love Lamb of God. It's crazy. I know my old drummer, he was more of a metalhead even though he was in a punk band with us. Yeah, she loves Slipknot too. She loves Slipknot. I'm not a big Slipknot fan. I don't know. I'm weird. I don't hate them. I've just never. I don't know. There's certain metal that I like, Another. I like Pantera. Pantera is badass. I do like Pantera. I went and seen them. Oh man, this is back when Dimebag was still alive. This is probably in the '90s. It was Clutch. It was a weird show. It was Clutch, Ministry, and Pantera. That's who it was. Clutch, Ministry, and Pantera, and Clutch was weird, man. They had like a bunch of cutout stormtroopers and shit on stage. It was kind of cool. I almost died at that concert. I got on stage when Pantera was on stage, and I got up on stage and I stage dived and I got tossed. I'm crowd surfing and they dropped me right in the fucking pit. And I was getting stomped like bad. And there was like 3 dudes that came and helped me up. They're like, man, you're gonna fucking die down there. Anthrax is the shit, man. Hell yeah. Volbeat, man. Volbeat's the shit too. Yeah, Volbeat is a good band. Oh man, what the hell is that fucking band called that she fucking loves so much? And they're really good. I can't think of like their singer. He has like a really good voice. And I can't think. I think one of their songs is called like something symptoms of life. I forget what the fuck it is. Shit, man. Shine Down. Thank you. Yes, that's what it is. Shine Down. Yes, there you go. There you go. Yeah, Shine Down. She loves Shine Down, and she. I was like, I'd go see them guys, man. They seem like a pretty cool band, man. No Nickelback. But you know what? That's another one that my wife likes. Like she likes everything. And whenever we're driving, I was like, you know what? If she has Nickelback playing, I'm like, I'm gonna take these damn Jeep doors off, and I'm gonna dive out if you don't turn the fucking channel. Hey man, obviously, like a lot of people like them. I mean, shit, dude, they've sold a lot of albums, a lot of albums. They're just not for me. Yeah, all the hicks I work with love them. Oh, I don't know if I probably know that song. Hey man, I can't lie, Matthew. I love Prince. In fact, I think we were talking on one of my episodes. It might have been last week or the week before. We were talking about like greatest soundtracks, and I think I said The Crow. I think I said The Crow soundtrack was like the best, and I take that back. I think it's the second best. Purple Rain. The Purple Rain soundtrack is my all-time favorite movie soundtrack. Yeah. Oh man, he was such an underrated guitarist. And he had a voice. Like he could just hit so many levels. Hell yeah, he's the GOAT. Hell yeah. Yeah, Prince is badass. I have no shame. I got made fun of. I have to wear a uniform and shit at work because it's steel that I work with and stuff. But underneath my uniform, when I changed, I had my Prince Purple Rain shirt on, and oh my god, people were just dogging me for it. I was like, "Fuck you guys, man. Prince is badass." Lost Boys has a great soundtrack. That's an awesome movie. Lost Boys is a great movie. Yeah, wait, what now? No, I changed my name because I didn't want to be I didn't want to be associated with Pokemon. Everyone was confusing me with Pokemon. That's funny. I'm unsubscribed if you don't want to be a freak. Hey, dude, you know what though? Tobat, freak. That's how. Okay, so I didn't know that Game Freak was even a thing until people started telling me, "Oh no, that's Pokemon's company name, whatever." Freak, like freak, just freak. That's been my nickname since I was like 14. Like nobody calls me by my real name, like besides people I work with, but like even my family members, all my friends, yeah, they all refer to me as freak. That's been my nickname forever. So when I started this channel, I was like, okay, it's a gaming channel, so I'll just do Game Freak. And then, you know, the Pokemon War begun, and people are like, oh, it's fucking Pokemon. I was like, dude, I had no clue. Yeah, yeah. Except um, theirs is Game Freak, like 2 words, where mine was just 1 word on this channel. But I still didn't want any like violations as my channel grew, so I was like, I better change it. Oh yeah, it's all about. I love music, man. It was, I mean, it was like my life forever, forever. Yeah, like the whole Pokemon thing. Me and Ed were talking about it. I uh, I have 2 Pokemon DS games, and I got them for my boys when they were younger because they'd watch the cartoon. They loved the cartoon. Well, we got them these Pokemon games for Christmas, and they hated them. They played them one time. They're mint condition. I mean, I still have the fucking. I mean, everything is in that thing. They're mint. They've been opened one time, and I was like, I want I want to see what the big deal is with these. So I took them out, and I tried playing both of them, and they're just boring to me. I know a lot of people love them. Obviously, I mean, it's a huge franchise, so I'm not dogging anyone that does like them. I just thought they were super boring. And then I was curious, and I went to that price chart and I looked up them games. Dude, they're going like complete in box like that, and these are mint condition. They're one of them's like 500 some bucks, and the other one's I think like 350 or something like that. And I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?" I was like, I don't know, man. Yeah, the prices are crazy, but it's like I don't know, Amber. I don't know if it might get big. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty awesome. That it'd be a fun job if I just had to make videos and stuff for a living. That'd be fucking awesome. That's definitely not like why I started the channel, but if it happens, it happens, man. I'd be cool with that. I'd definitely be cool with that. My main goal, like my biggest goal for this channel is, yeah, I want like tons of people, but it's to have a big gaming community where we can just all sit and bullshit about games, and like what we're doing right now. Like that's my biggest thing. That's my big goal right there. I've never played Magic the Gathering. Oh, I talk about I do music. I do music in my what the hell is it? Channel members I do some music stuff in that. I talk music in there. Hell yeah, Tobat's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude. He does some cool streams, and he plays fucking Evander Holyfield boxing. I thought I was the only one on earth that liked that game. And he streams that shit. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man, for sure. Sweet. That's what it's all about, man. Hell yeah. Subbed. There you go, brother. Oh yeah, yeah, he's been doing that too. I, my lips are sealed, man. Yeah, I'm surprised. There's another guy like he's been like on the same page as me. Fat Boys Gaming and Nonsense. Like that's I don't know. It's a good feeling, like helping people out, like helping people's channels grow. That's just an awesome. Yes, yes, it is. It's a Genesis game. Hell yeah. That's an awesome underrated boxing game. It's so good. You're loathed by the Atari community? For what? I never played the I never played any game on the Jaguar before. I always wanted to. I would have loved to. I could have bought a Black Lotus. It was around 19. Holy shit. Hell yeah. I've almost read that wrong because you put Black Lotus and there's like this group called Dark Lotus. I got music in my head. It has like 10 amazing games. I remember when that thing first came out. I remember seeing it in oh no, not Buster Douglas boxing. You don't want that. You don't want that. Evander Holyfield boxing was far superior. Buster Douglas boxing, it was real janky. Real janky. And like the fists went flying really fast. Oh yeah. Yeah, J Matt's right. Like the Atari community, it's I don't know. Like I don't have any problem with like anyone in the Atari community. They've always been really good to me. The ones that have said shit to me is in the arcade community. That is a rough community right there. Holy shit. Yeah, the arcade community is rough. Yeah, see, I don't have a Discord, so I have no idea. I've never even been in Discord before. Everyone keeps telling me I need to start one, but I just haven't. Yeah, pinball too. Um, I've been kind of welcomed into the pinball community, but you'll shut up. What? What the fuck? Oh, You don't have to shut up. You can say whatever you want, bro. Yeah, cause like I've been like guests on like Papa Brad's gaming show, and he's like big into pinball, and you know, they welcomed me, and I don't know the first thing about it. I'm kind of learning, I've always been interested in it, but I don't have room in here for a pinball machine. I'd love to have one. Yeah, I agree, Amber. I don't know why people fight over games. It's pretty nuts. And then when I was a guest on Gamer Fridge, and one of his guests or one of his subscribers came in, and it was that cornercade dude, and I made a video about him. I was like, eh. I mean, I mean, past is past, but I don't know him personally. He might be a nice guy. Who knows? I mean, it is what it is. I just had a thing, and I think he thought I was like um, talking shit about his wife or something, and I wasn't. All I said was I think it was kind of shitty that I felt that he was like exploiting her, like to get views. So, is what it is. I was like, man, I'm not gonna sit there and rip on your wife. I don't know her. I didn't know him. I just was reading into all this shit that was going on, and I was like, that's some grifting shit, man. So I had to make a video about it. But I kind of got away from all that shit. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just sticking to gaming. I ain't gonna fucking get into the drama bullshit. Yes, Evander Holyfield boxing is. It was so underrated. I remember when that game first came out, I was like, this game's badass, man. Yes, gaming drama is dumb. Exactly. Exactly. I agree, Matt. That's what I like about this channel, though. Like, there's never any drama. That's why I love this fucking community. It's just badass. There ain't no, there ain't no drama here, and it's cool because everyone has like different tastes and preferences in games, and no one like gets on anyone about it. It's like, hell yeah, man. I make game drama and trolling funny. Hell yeah. That's what that Heckin' Steve does too. His channel is fucking hilarious. I hear you, DF. I hear you. We're the worst, man. No, I think the worst thing that's ever been said on this channel, like I've never deleted any comments or anything like that. I've had some shit said to me. YouTube deleted something because someone told me, like, when I first started, uh, you know, rightfully so, man. I was like nervous being in front of the camera and everything for some reason. I don't know why. Never had a problem going in front of crowds, but in front of a camera was just weird. And I remember this guy. I laughed. In fact, my response to him after this was I sent him a kissy emoji and a thumbs up because he said, you should just quit now because your channel ain't gonna grow. You fucking suck. You should kill yourself. And I was like, okay, thanks. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. That's the worst thing that's ever been said. But yeah, apparently, you know, a threat like that, YouTube will just take your shit down. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right, Matt? It's crazy, man. But I was like, whatever, man. It's the internet. You're gonna get people like that. So I don't take anything personal. So it don't bother me any. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Tobat. It's like, fuck it, man. But I mean, looking back at my old videos, man, yeah, dude, I was pretty fucking monotone, and you could tell I was nervous as fuck. And I don't know why, but I just was. Oh, cool, man. Matthew know. Okay, so you know who Heckin' Steve is then. Yeah, he's another one I want to get as a guest. I want to get a guest or him as a guest. He's cool, man. He's funny as hell. Cause I did a few before I even knew who Heckin' Steve was. I did a few. Morley brought it up where I was really ripping on like the scumbag resellers. Again, I don't have a problem with resellers. I have a problem with the ones that like will just rip people off horribly, like just horrible. And those are the ones I made videos about. And then all of a sudden I run into a Heckin' Steve video, and that guy is the master of roasting these people. And I was like, yeah, I can't compete with that, man. That dude's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, people are people, man. Like it don't bother me. It don't bother me when people say anything. Like the whole yeah, they can say whatever they want to me. I mean, you gotta think, man. When someone starts a YouTube channel, you're on the internet. You're gonna get some shit said to you, and if you can't take it, you probably shouldn't do it. But I've never been one to delete anyone's comments or anything like that. Now, I will delete someone's comment, and I'd block someone like if they said something like fucking racist or something like that. Like I ain't going for that shit. Yeah, that exactly, Tolbat. Like I've been trolled a few times. I laugh about it. I think it's fucking funny. I'll play along with it. It's like, okay, we could do this. It's like, might as well have a good time. That's what it's all about. All right, everybody. I think my dogs just jumped out of the bed. Yard sale finds are out there. I found Game Boy game. No shit. That's one thing that I need to rebuy is a Game Boy. Mine took a shit like decades ago, and I never went and bought another one. And then I gave my games away, so I'd have to start all over again. But I miss that little thing, man. I miss that thing. I might have to do that because I know at the retro store that I go to, shit, I think I can get one. It's like mint condition, like $60 or something like that. Yeah, Ace was a legend, man. Oh, Gen X gamer, yeah, he does. He gets some trolls. He gets a lot of trolls, and he just lets it go, man. He seems like a really cool dude. I've had a few discussions with him. He said something about it'd be cool to sit down and have a chat sometime, but I know he's busy. He's a busy dude. I'd love to have him as a guest. I don't know. Is that the same guy, Tolbert? I've never heard Gen X grown up talk about his dad. I think you're talking about My Retro Life. He talks about his dad all the time. Where his videos, like he always has like clips of him as a kid and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, My Retro Life. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that dude, like every video of his is like a little documentary. Yeah, Gen X grown up though. He's a pretty cool dude. Pretty cool guy, man. All right, guys. Well, I think my dogs just jumped out of bed. Like my bedroom's right off of my game room, and I really don't want a bunch of shit and piss on the floor. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take them out. All right, guys. So I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. You guys have been awesome. Blast. I appreciate it. You guys all the shit. So I will have some videos coming up here real soon. And I should have another members only video up, like, I don't know, in a week or so. I know that last one took me a while to post. I've just been busy as hell, man. I hate not putting content out there. It just sucks. This fucking work schedule has just sucked. So, yeah. So, I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed you guys' company. And until the next time we meet, game on, everybody.